Hello, dear teachers. This is Meenakshi Narula at Mentoring the Mentors. And as I promised, once again, I am here with all of you with another wonderful strategy so that you can make your classes engaging, enriching, and exciting. How come engaging, enriching, and exciting? You will be able to foster student engagement. You will be able to enrich your students with wonderful strategies, and you will foster metacognition thinking about thinking. And certainly, these innovative strategies will bring excitement in your class. So, here, without further ado, let's start with today's strategy, that is four corner strategy. As you can see here on the screen, the four corners in the class. Our classrooms, usually they are square in shape. Nowadays, they are designed in different shapes as well, right? So, I mean, earlier our classrooms used to be having four corners. So that's why I made accordingly this strategy, four corner strategy. Now, how will this strategy work, right? Well, there are a number of variations. We'll be talking about a few of them, like how we can work on this strategy, how we can include this strategy in our teaching learning process in our classes. So, well, let me tell you, this strategy can be used with any age group of students, right? And any of the subject, it depends upon us as teachers, how we want to use this strategy, right? So here, let's move on. Like, for example, you will be asking some of the questions in your class, right? Usually the questions should be open-ended questions. So as the teacher, what you'll be doing is you will pose question to your students and you will label the four corners of the room as strongly agree, somewhat agree, somewhat disagree, and strongly disagree, right? And students, as per their opinion, they'll move to the different corners of the room, right? As you can see here on the screen as well. Here, the question is, rules are always good and they help us become better humans. Suppose you have asked this question in your class, you are talking about life skills, and you have posed this question to your class. So here, the students who would certainly agree, they will be going to the one corner of the room that is labeled as strongly agree. Likewise, other children, other students, they'll move to different corners of the room. Now, when different students go to different corners, and here your work has not stopped. It's not all about moving from one place to the corner. No. And then the students, they'll go to different corners, and then after that, they will discuss with each other, right? Like in their opinion, how come they agree with the point, and the children who somewhat agree means they have their own opinion, they agree, but still there are some conditions, right? They'll be talking about their own conditions. Here you can do one thing. Before the students, they'll be moving to the different corners of the room, you can ask them to jot down a few points on the piece of paper, maybe minimum 3 points, and after that they'll be going to their room, they'll be going to that corner of the room, and then those group of students on a particular corner, they will discuss their points, right? So this also leads to fruitful, meaningful discussions in our class, right? So here I'm going to talk about the next part. Like, for example, as a teacher, I pose a question to my students. Children should be allowed to use gadgets, and I'm asking them about their opinion, right? And what will I do as a teacher? First, I will announce a question. I'll pose the question to whole of the class, and then I'll pause for some time. Okay, I'll give them some thinking time, the wait time, by which the students, they'll be able to think, jot down the points on a piece of paper, right? And then in the meanwhile, I will label the corners of the room. It depends upon me how I want to label. Like in the earlier slide, you have seen the rooms, corners, they were labeled as strongly agree, strongly disagree, somewhat agree, and somewhat disagree. And here I have written absolutely agree. Yes, I agree, but there are some conditions. No, but means I do not agree, but maybe in some of the conditions I would agree, and then no way. And then my students in my class, they will think about it during the pause time, and during the pause time, during the wait time, thinking time, it depends upon you. I mean, if you want to use a timer in your class, if you want to play light music, if it is allowed, I mean, in your class, wherever you are working, and after that, then they will move on to their respective corners as per the points they have written, as per their decision, right? Like, for example, here, the children who absolutely agree, they move to that corner. And yes, but they'll move to the corner number 2. And then no, but. And the children who strongly disagree, they are saying, no way. See, look at their face expression. They'll be going to that corner with their points that they have listed with them, right? So this is how this strategy works in the class. And the children, they will not only stand here, I mean, all the students will go to the different corners, then they will be having some fruitful discussion as well. Like, why are they saying, I don't agree or I agree? Like, what are the reasons that made them think so, that made them come to that kind of conclusion? Okay, so that will lead to some kind of discussion in the class. So here, now, next, four corner strategy, how another way, I mean, it's another variation. You can put up different topics in each corner of the room. Till now, we have discussed there is one topic, and the children, they are going to the different corners depending upon their opinion. And here, you will put up a different topic in each corner of the room and ask the students to pick one, write their ideas about it on a piece of paper, and then head to their corners, discuss opinions with others who also chose the same topic, right? And here, look here, like, for example, here I am talking about various kinds of roads. I have written in one corner the dirt road, the paved road, the highways, the interstate, right? And the students, they will be choosing the topic of their choice, and they'll jot down the points, like how they want to explain about it, the advantages, the disadvantages, the way forward, whatever the topics they would like to, I mean, explain about that particular topic that we have given. And accordingly, they'll go to their respective chosen corners, and then teachers may prompt the questions to facilitate the discussion, right? And after that, there is another variation, a step ahead. And then when the students, they will discuss after the teacher pose the questions. And then, like, for example, corner 1 will pair with corner 3, corner 2 will pair with corner 4 for peer tutoring, right? Peer tutoring can be done, facilitated by the teacher, the educator, the facilitator. Now here is Dr. Narula's botany class, right? And here, as a teacher, I want to give some kind of topics to my students. Like, I want them to talk about different flowers based on the petal color, leaf venation, whether it's reticulate, whether it's parallel, whether it's furcate, the size of the internode, leaf area covered, whatever. I mean, there are different kinds of parameters related to the morphology of the plant. So I want the students to discuss the same. What will I do? As you can see here on the slide, it's written, the students will choose the topic. They'll select the topic, write about the same, and then time up. I already told you, either you can use a timer or you can play a light music, and then the students will go to respective corners, discuss with the peers, right? And here, I want to talk about different kinds of flowers that are available in my neighborhood. right? And I have even, suppose I'll give those flowers to my students, right? I may ask them, okay, fine, you can pick and choose the flowers and accordingly study about the plant and then go to the respective corners. Sponge gourd, pinwheel, daisy, rose. These flowers are all available in my neighborhood, right? So suppose I'll gather all those plants and I'll take to my class, the flowers, and then I'll give it to my students, right? They'll study, they'll jot down the points, and then accordingly, they'll move to the different corners of class, right? As you can see, the students, they are moving to the different corners of the class with the points that they have jotted down. And after that, as the students, they'll also move to, the different corners of the plant, there would be peer discussion. In case it happens like there is one child who is left in one corner having his or her points and is waiting because there is no one else who has chosen that very topic. That for time, it becomes a duty of the teacher, the facilitator, to play the role of discussion in a peer group, right? So this is how the discussion will happen in the class. And after that, all the groups will help facilitate the peer tutoring, right? This is how this strategy works. So here, once again, I would like to tell you, if you really like my initiative of sharing these wonderful strategies with you, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you really like these kind of innovative strategies. And I always look forward to reading in the comment section your feedback. I love suggestions. I love feedback. And because you see, this feedback, these suggestions, they always help us improve. Please do ping in the chat box, in the comment box, write what all kinds of topics you want me to discuss here on my channel, and I will surely come up with those kind of innovative strategies for you all. Thank you for today. Once again, from Meenakshi Narula at Mentoring the Mentors. Have a nice day.